So the entire internet is now talking about the developments in the Nord Stream scandal, which was attacked back like 2 years ago. And now the Wall Street Journal has published a highly viral article about the perpetrators being Ukrainian military. So we're going to talk about all of this, interesting article and all the claims, because Wall Street Journal has now just taken all of the guesswork and saying that yes, it was the military of Ukraine who destroyed Nord Stream, and the plan was that like a couple of months into the war, in the beginning, like April, May of 2022, when the Russian attack had stalled a little bit and Ukraine was actually quite successful in defending their country, that there were some Ukrainian like generals and military staff who had a funny evening where they drank a lot and had this idea that, hey guys, what do you think? Why shouldn't we just blow up the Nord Stream pipeline, which is supplying Germany with cheap Russian gas? There we could like attack this pipeline, and Russia would maybe lose a little bit more influence and lose its grip also on the German economy and German politics a little bit. So yeah, that was the plan. And according to the article of the Wall Street Journal, even Zelensky was into this plan and also said, okay, go ahead with it. And this is Valery Zaluzhny, which was like the highest general under Zelensky for a while. Now he is actually, I think, somewhere in Great Britain. I don't know exactly, but he's definitely not a high-ranking general anymore. But then, according to the Wall Street Journal, the CIA got information about this and said, please stop. But then it was too late and Nord Stream got blown up anyway. So a lot of people obviously think that this whole story is a hoax, that somehow someone else is involved. So it's all speculation. Who knows who it was exactly and how exactly everything went down. But the interesting thing is who knew about it. And according to the article, that point for me is actually quite trustworthy, that a lot of people, even German intelligence, knew beforehand that there was going to be an attack on Nord Stream, which also means that at least the German government has lied to German citizens about it afterwards, because they said, well, we didn't know anything about that and so on. But what's really interesting is also who's also getting involved in this entire debate, because in Germany there are also a lot of police work and people like investigating this case, and they wanted to arrest one Ukrainian suspect who was actually in Poland. But Poland let him slip. So now he's not in arrest anymore. So he's, I think, back in Ukraine. So now there's also a funny thing going on between Germany and Poland. One would assume if Germany would have a normal chancellor who would like hit at the table one time. That's what we call in Germany, like you how often Tisch. So you hit on the table and say, guys, what's going on here? I mean, this was an attack on like European infrastructure, on a project which was not only Russian, which some people want to claim all the time, but no, the Nord Stream Corporation had a lot of different shareholders and interests from Germany, from France, from I think even Luxembourg, and also from Switzerland. And now the interesting thing is that basically a lot of people are getting involved. For example, Donald Tusk from Poland, this is his official account. He says, to all initiators and patrons of Nord Stream 1 and 2, the only thing you should do today about it is apologize and keep quiet. Which is pretty interesting to say, because what does exactly Donald Tusk have to do with Nord Stream 1 and 2. It's none of his business, if you ask me. I mean, look at the map, and you know what they say. A map or a picture can say more than 1,000 words. And I think for Nord Stream, this is especially true, because don't look where Nord Stream is going. It's going from Russia to Germany. Look where it's not going. Nord Stream isn't going through European mainland. It's not going through Belarus and Poland, and it's also not going through Ukraine, and it's certainly not going here through Turkey, coming from the south. So it's going directly from Russia through the ocean and the North Sea to Germany. So one might assume, okay, maybe there are also other interests, especially from countries like Poland, Ukraine, and so on, to have Nord Stream not working, because if Germany buys cheap gas directly from Russia without any fees and tariffs going to Ukraine and Poland, well, that's obviously not quite the most highest interest of these nations. This is the hard and simple truth. And it's not only about the money, of course, it's also about the political influence and geopolitical influence that these countries lose, of course, if Germany gets cheap gas. So, you know what's so interesting all the time? I mean, all of the countries in the world, the US, for example, they probably have deals with a lot of other countries. For example, Canada, maybe also, or probably also Mexico, South American countries, North American countries, and other countries from abroad. For example, they also get their uranium still from Russia, for example. Uranium is like outside all of the sanctions, so that's also pretty interesting. But other countries like China, India, they have deals with Australia or with Africa. But somehow for Germany, it's always that when we get some deal or we discuss some deal, everyone else wants like to have a say in it. So how about not like the initiators and investors from Nord Stream shut up? So how about everyone else shuts up and don't mess with like who makes deals with Germany? How about that? Yeah, but in Germany, we don't really have strong leadership. It's actually quite the contrary. So this is also a quite interesting statement coming from not a guy from the German government, but from the CSU party in Germany, which probably will be in the next government, because right now they have the strongest like lead in all of the polls and everything. And this is the party where Angela Merkel was chancellor for many years, like 150 years almost. And this guy, Kiesewetter, let's just see what he has to say about Nord Stream.
Außerdem ist die Ukraine, die Angegriffenen, die Sicherheit der Ukraine, egal ob sie das zerstört haben sollten oder nicht, ist in unserem Interesse.
So what he just said is that Ukraine is the country which was attacked by Russia, which obviously is true. And it doesn't matter if it was Ukraine who attacked and blew up Nord Stream or not, because the support from Germany to Ukraine will be in place no matter what. And it's in the interest of Germany to aid Ukraine. So for guys like Kiesewetter, who probably will be in some form or not in the next government, it doesn't really matter who attacks German or European infrastructure, where German companies have a share in the business. And obviously, German consumers have a high interest in cheap energy, because every part of the economy is dependent on cheap energy. And a lot of companies from Germany are actually divesting and going to foreign other countries, and a lot of entrepreneurs also, because the energy prices are so high in Germany. Like worldwide, we have one of the most expensive energy prices for companies and for consumers. And the German leadership and maybe future leadership is just saying, well, yeah, let's see how it goes. Well, maybe it was Ukraine, maybe it wasn't, so it doesn't matter. it's our interest to support anyone. It doesn't matter if they attack like us or not. So to me, this is just mind-boggling.